Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel and welcome to a money making video. So today's video, we're going to be looking and delving into one of the videos which went really well in 2023. And I'm very interested to see that in nowadays economy, how it fares in terms of a moneymaker. We're going to be looking into Frost Dragons. So when I did the video on Frost Dragons 2 years ago, it was on the lead up to when Necromancy was announced. A bit of hype around the bones was created because they were going to be used in rituals. But also, Frost Dragon Bones at the time were the best prayer XP apart from Rune Dragon Bones. So the price back then was pretty high, and today the price is a little bit lower. So what I wanted to do in this video is just see that in 2025, a Frost Dragon is still a very viable method to make some money. Obviously, to kill Frost Dragons, you're going to need level 85 engineering, which some people can see is a little steep. I think it's sort of one of those that if you grind out, you can get it pretty good. And obviously with promotions and stuff like that, if you're a main account, it's something you can sort of focus all your stars, weeklies, dailies, all that extra XP onto Dungeoneering to try and get it there as quick as possible. Now, what I'm basing this video on is how good could Frost Dragons be to build your account? How good are they going to be in terms of XP? Are they worthwhile training on? And what is the profit going to be like for it overall? So what we're going to do is go to Frost Dragons for an hour, test what they're like in terms of how many kills per hour to get, the XP and the GP as well. Now, before doing this, you've got a couple of different options you want to tick off. A couple of things you definitely do need is obviously the 85 Dungeoneering. Also to purchase some super anti-fires as well, because really you don't want to be using an anti-fire shield. You want to be using them with offhands and 2Hs and basically have as much DPS as possible. But also how you're going to organize these in your info. Now, you can run around the room and collect them normally and then use the magic notepaper. You can use the Underworld Grimoire, which I think it like tier 3 or tier 4 has the ability for you to auto bank the Frost Dragon Bones once you collect them with area loot. Or you can do the method I'm going to do where through the arc you can have the upgraded Bone Crusher, which will then put the bones into your info, which you then use with magic notepaper. In my opinion, the Grimoire is actually probably the best out of 3. I've just not actually got to completing the achievement diaries for the City of yet, which is my fault. But I can do it through this method just to show you guys roughly how we do in terms of that. So what I'm going to do is reset my row so we can have a rough guess on what Frost Dragons can be XP wise. In terms of the setup, I have gone very basic with the full first Necromancer outfit. Again, Frost Dragons are very good to where like you can pretty much use any combat method you want. And like I said, the main point of it now is that Frost Dragons are no longer an absolute front runner for best moneymaker per hour. But what they can do, and what I'm seeing if they're going to offer in 2025, is if they're going to be some serious profit while providing the combat XP. Maybe not the charms. The charms I would say for you to go Archglaze or separately. But for combat XP and profit, are Frost Dragons going to be standout and very good for that method as well. So what I'm going to do is going to do a full hour for you guys. We'll whack on some form of aura to keep as a timer. See how we do in terms of GP per hour, and then we'll report back to you guys on how well we do as well. In terms of other stuff for the setup, I've took a bunyet for a little bit of HP, a few sharks, cleaner, herb, and gem sack, even though I don't think I might need them. Again, it's been a while since I've killed Frost Dragons, so I'm going to use those. I'm going to use the Dungeoneering Cape to get to the Frost Dragon dungeon. If you don't have this, all you need to do is go through the same dungeon where you do the Night Sword, and it's just before you turn off for the blue right. I'll show you where it is anyway, but if we go to Frost Dragon dungeon. So this is going to take you to the dungeon near where you do the Night Sword. So that is where blue right is. You come running from this side, and basically the Frost Dragon dungeon is just hidden up here. So we'll go to the Frost Dragons. I highly doubt they're going to be very busy because no one really kills them. Wow, we've actually got someone here. Big shout out to Mr. Tuka Bruh. So we'll go to the south side. So we'll go to the north side. And again, not too bad. As you can see, we've got a decent amount of Frost Dragons dotted round. I have used a aggression potion just so I can fully AFK this. I need to make sure we are on the right action bar. Anything when it comes to necromancy where you can just spam your conjures, they will pretty much do the majority of the damage. I'm just going to go and sit in the middle now and basically leave them to it. So in terms of the other drops on the drop table, Frost Dragons are nothing too flashy. They're just your standard, what you would call like your standard drops. The Spring Cleaner will pick up anything in terms of like alkaballs. And then I'll just let the remaining stuff sit on the floor. And if we get it through area loot, then we'll just pick it up then as well. So Cannon does provide an option where you can pretty much sit in the middle and then you'll get Aggression Lord to you. Or you can run around like I'm doing if you want to pay a little bit more attention. You'll probably get quicker kills this way, running around, because you don't have to worry about the bones being on the floor because they're going to come to your info. That really does save you some time as well. But a Cannon in the middle can be really, really good for just aggression and getting them moved and attacking on you as well. So as you can see, going okay for now. We'll put on a aura as soon as I can get rid of green fingers. Again, do your farm runs. So we'll pop on Vamp just so I can prop it. I don't need Vamp. I've already shown you guys I've regained the health I've lost. But it's a nice little one to make sure that I can be as AFK as I plan to be and get a decent collection of bones. Again, Magic No Paper is going to come in clutch for that as well. I'll tell you what, I might actually go and get a cannon real quick. So just got the cannon. I'm just going to throw it in the middle. Hopefully that won't make much of a difference. And at least this way, hopefully should be able to grab all the different ones just to get them on me more than anything and just to make it a bit more AFK. The conjures will go and pick off other monsters and I'll basically just run back and forward. And the bones just fall into the invo. So this is why I like this system a little bit over the Grimoire. While I do think the Grimoire is better because it gives you so many different uses, I like this because it basically means that I don't have to run around picking drops up. I can just leave them on the floor because the thing I'm after, the bones, is just going to come into my invo. And it just makes it way, way more AFK for me anyway. So I'm going to leave this for the full hour. I will come back and report on how we do. And let's see if in 2025 Frost Dragons are still worth it in terms of GP and XP. So just coming back, and we are with the final minute of the Frost Dragon Invo. As you can see, bones still coming in, and we've got about 330, which I do think on another hour, I could probably push that upwards to 400. We moved to the southern spots, which did seem to be quicker in terms of bones. But the biggest problem with Forest Dragons here is that you are waiting for spawns. You're basically killing them too quick, which never used to be an issue because, again, the DPS was never there. And also over the hour, I did die once, so I did have to run back and come get my items and go and get my cannon again. The cannon dies on death or goes back to Nudon, so you have to go and grab that back, which is a little bit annoying. But it is what it is. But in terms of the hour though, 350 I think is what we're going to end up on. We'll have another sort of rotation of these. If you really want it to be a try-hard, you could run and do the north and south and really increase your kills per hour. And maybe that's something we can try for the next video, is we'll try and like do all this and then do all the north spots as well. I was trying to AFK this one, so this has been fully AFK, not really paid attention. But I think you could camp north and south if you really, really wanted to. And just take some aggression potion and cannon as well, just so you got the aggression once you go down to the other one. But we can try and see if that's actually quite feasible actually with these final rotation rounds. So we'll finish this one here, and then after you get this one killed, you are waiting for a while. So if we can do that, and then we'll go north and we'll just see if there's a possibility of getting all these killed or rotated. At least that way you're under attack and you are getting kills all the time. That's your only problem at the minute with this Frost Dragon. If you just camp in one side, you are only getting kills and waiting. But if we can go to the north spot, if you want to sort of pay attention and do it that way, you can see there's still no dragons at the south spot, so you're waiting for that spawn. You are still killing things as well. And with the Bone Crush upgrade as well, you're not waiting for picking bones up. They're coming to your invo, which is nice as well. That blue orb attack is the one you need to pay attention for. That's what's killed me once already. But apart from that, like if you get a decent sort of rotation, if you kill them quick enough, you aren't waiting for stuff like that. So that's pretty nice as well. All the time down here, the cannon is getting aggression and they're getting ready for you as well. And we're just going to go kill the last one. Again, I didn't think I killed them quick enough for the full rotation to be there. Yeah, so at least this way you're coming back and all the dragons are available for you to kill. So maybe that's an option for more kills per hour. If you really, really wanted to, you could go and do that. I'll finish off just all these ones down south. And we'll go to the bank and get ready to price check as well. But the good thing is the cannon will do some little bit of damage while you are doing the ones up north. So you can really increase your kills per hour if you wanted to. Again, it's just a little bit more active if you want to do that. As you see though, that orb attack is absolutely brutal if you don't have enough attention. And there we go, we've done it. But that is where we'll finish the video though, because the cannon will go back to Nudon. And I'm not going back for that one set of bones. But finishing that trip, 365 Frost Dragon Bones is total. Again, keep an eye out on that blue attack because that is brutal and that's what's killed me. But apart from that, Frost Dragons are, I'd call it like semi-AFK, but I do think if you're going to go and do both north and south, you really will ramp up your kills per hour and you really will make a lot more bones than that as well. Maybe something along the lines when I go and take the noob account. The noob account is 7-day bond. 7-day bond is going to go spend some time at Frost Dragons, and maybe I'll look at doing both rooms to try and ramp that up. But 8.6 mil per hour though is still nothing to sort of like bat your eyes at with 200k total combat XP an hour. Again, nothing compared to where you could go in terms of combat XP, especially Necromancer combat XP, compared to things like Abyssal Beast. But as a mid-level way to go and train your combat, it is very, very good. But that's going to wrap up this video. This is Frost Dragons for 2025. Still very good in my opinion, just further down the pecking list compared to where it used to be. Which kind of makes sense because there are older content and newer stuff will come with better GP per hour, better combat per hour. But it's still something I think has a space in the game. So going to sell the bones on your own exchange. Will they sell? No, not for mid-price. I'll sell them slightly less. One thing I did forget about, which I do forget about occasionally in these videos, we did use about 800 cannonballs, which is going to be roughly about a mil, so it's going to be more about 7 mil profit per hour after we include things like an overload and the aggression potion, all that sort of stuff as well. So 7 mil per hour though, still solid, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Any more things you want to go and test out? Again, there's so many money makers which have been around for so long, which no one's really sort of jumped in and checked on how they're doing. If you want me to do more things like this, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. See you guys very soon in the next one.